Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello there. Just saw the Bollywood film, I guess. Bollywood movie, it's MCA. That'll just be easier to say it that way. MCA, middle class. Blah, 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 blah. You know what? I should have probably rehearsed it beforehand, but whatever. MCA. All right. Now this movie starts off with basically a guy standing over a coma patient and wanting him to get out, really devastated that this person's in a coma. And then it does a flashback. Of course, most Bollywood films that I seem to watch always do this flashback to the very beginning, because you're witnessing the basically last 5 minutes of the movie right there. So it flashes back and it turns into a romance, because it seemed like, I thought it was going to be a revenge film, because it was just like he was going to kill somebody if that person, it's just like, if this person dies, I die. It's just like, what? What? So I was just like, okay, so this is a revenge film. This is revenge. And then it does a flashback, and he finds a girl. They do one of the best parts was 40 minutes in, the romance they finally started it does the typical Bollywood humor romance type thing, the woman toying with the guy just because it's apparently very common. Yeah. So yeah, it was just like, okay, this I like. And then shortly after that, like 10 minutes later, it starts, there's this mother talking to like a guru, asking him, telling him about her son who's a murderer, and will he ever change? And of course the guru says yes. And then it goes to him basically killing somebody the very next scene. And I'm like, wait a minute, this movie was about that other guy, the middle class dude, not this guy named Shiva. This is like, what the heck? Go back to Nani. Let's go continue one person's story. But it goes back to Nani, and it continues with him protecting his sister-in-law, because he was basically forced to move in with his sister-in-law because his brother wanted him to move there to keep her safe, to basically be in a live-in housewife or maid for her, to make it flip the roles in India, as it were. And he didn't like it, but whatever. So it was just like, it was fun, but at the same time, it kept jumping back and forth between, it was a romantic comedy, and then it tried to be an action drama. And I felt like it didn't mix very well, because when Bollywood does comedy, what is it? Drama, comedy, drama. I forget what the dark comedy. It meshes well because it's only two, but they try to do a bit too much with my taste. It seemed like it was jumping around. I had the image while I was watching the movie of a baby fawn taking its first steps, as it was stuttering around, not getting a single solid leg down, because as soon as it get one foot down, one genre down, it would switch to another one and it would stumble all over again. And I was trying to play keep up the entire time. Not to mention it's a foreign language that I'm not very, I'm terrible with English as it is. So yeah, but it continues on, going back and forth. Basically, he gets Nani and Shiva get in battle with one another. Shiva promises to kill Nani's sister-in-law. So Nani defends his sister-in-law for 7 days, until finally Shiva kidnaps his sister-in-law. And then Shiva shoots himself into the head and falls in a coma. However, one thing I forgot to mention, Nani has a photographic memory and remembers everything he's ever seen, heard, everything. He can't forget anything. So it goes on to relying on his memory. And I was like, okay, finally they're playing on his memory for being useful, but it felt like it was too late at that point in time, because it was the last 5 minutes. And then they finally said, oh, okay, why don't you use your memory? You remember everything. Let's do that. And I'm like, your sister-in-law has been kidnapped for 5 days. Shiva was in a coma. He woke up. Oh, and get this, what the guru said about Shiva to Shiva's mother, that he will be normal. He woke up with amnesia and doesn't remember who he is. So because of that, all the murders he committed before Amnesia are thrown out of court because he's a new man. He's a new man. And it's just like, I was just like, oh my gosh. And he became a slumlord because he was the only person in town with a pistol, it seems. No cops had pistols, I guess. Nobody had any protection. He was the only one person with a gun. So he ruled the town because of it. It's like, in my mind, I was like, is it that easy to become a criminal in India? You just have to own a pistol? With how easy it is to get illegal firearms around the world. It's, yeah, sorry. It's fun, but it's a good movie, but at the same time, it struggles to get on its feet. It struggles way too long to get on its feet, and I am not a fan of starting the movies at the end. Start a story where it belongs, in the beginning. That way we can build character. We're not like, oh, what happened here? That's not how you do a hook. Come on, you already have good... You know what? Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles!